forth.
But that's the
Worked out
thing.
great.
You want everybody there like-minded to have the same spirit so that you could really, because it was intimate. You weren't just going to get on stage for 2 minutes and you had like a couple of lines that you were
Yeah.
going to say and then leave.
I mean,
We hung out with these people all weekend.
we've been to the live shows and the live Jeff Lewis shows, but this was the first time that I really felt, and I can actually say that Jeff Lewis doesn't just have chumps that listen. There is Chump Nation. Like there's Bachelor Nation, there's definitely, I call them all Chump Nation, because there is a sea of people that listen and love Jeff and the Chumps, and it was so beautiful to hang out with all these people on an intimate level. Really was.
Well, not, listen, I understand. Like, look, if there are people, there's always people. You hear about TV shows from the 80s and 90s. There's always that person that doesn't want, if there was a Gossip Girl reunion, I would think Blake Lively would not be there at this point. So I think it is one thing to say, I just want more money. This isn't worth my time. Like, I'm actually okay with that. But yes, going on the podcast and then trashing Jeff, now that's, I could understand. And you're getting a lot of DMs, and people are not so thrilled with Mercedes these days, based on a lot of comments I've seen. So where is this? Like, are they now okay or no? This is like is this like next, are they okay? Like, where is this?
I mean, Jeff gives everybody chances and
I
gives
think
her multiple chances. So
I
who
think
knows where they are
I
right now?
think they had a beautiful conversation yesterday after the radio, and I think they were able to.
My husband loves these rose-colored glasses. I
No,
swear.
Yeah. Well, like, was she on the show? She was on
Yesterday,
just
yeah.
was on
so.
yesterday, yeah.
Did
And
they have a huge fight on the show, or they kind of like, where did they leave it on the show? So,
he was able to express where his disappointment was,
Mhm.
and she did not understand it. She's a smart girl. She does understand it, but I think she's got certain ways that she likes to mask, which I call omission, which then I call lying, which then I call no accountability, which then I call I didn't do that because I want to blame somebody else for it, which then I call that's a very bad personality trait. So, saying that, I think when the microphone was off, she got a little more real with her friend, recognizing that that's the true nature of the friendship and that she needed to make sure that her friend got to see the better side of her.
The bottom line is whether you were going as a chump and paid chump to be there as a co-host or not, that's your friend that's putting this whole event on. So just support him as your friend.
And I think that's the difference a lot of people don't understand. I think when you're doing it with a friend, it's like you, David, when we go to dinner, I mean, and thank you for dinner, by the way, that was amazing time, right? I had such a good time. You were so popular at that restaurant. Everybody wanted a photo with you. Everybody wanted to talk to you. They put you right in the middle of the restaurant because you needed to be highlighted. And you were such a big deal when you first walked in. Thank you for taking us.
I did take you to dinner at Novikov in Beverly Hills, darling. She. I always stick by what I say I'm going to do. We finally did our dinner. You guys were quite popular. They know everybody in Beverly Hills. For anyone wondering, Snow White 90210 did attend the dinner with us. She sat at the table. Apparently in Beverly Hills, dogs are allowed in every restaurant you go in. Nobody cares.
And I love, Paul, that you're saying how David was so popular because
he was.
You knew everybody.
That restaurant knew who we were. It was crazy. He was pulling us from table to table to table. I didn't know all of our friends. So many friends ate at Novikov.
Everybody eats at Novikov. Go to Maria. I went to Maria in Beverly Hills the other day. I did. You are a good wingman, Pol. I did attend. I did go out with the gentleman that you basically hooked me up with.
Let us know.
Well, listen, you're both great wingmen. Not that I mean, I am not so shy. I can close a deal on my own. But
honey, if I didn't go over there and promise so much for no, I'm kidding.
I just have a more subtle approach. That's all. There's a way to be aggressive and understated. That's my style.
Oh yeah. Well, when I went to him and I said, "Are you with anybody?" He's like, "No." I said, "Then great. I'm going to give you his number, and you're going to go out on a date, and you're better have a good time."
So did you go on a date?
We went to Maria in Beverly
Okay.
Hills. Listen, first of all, it's the night that I'm officially now only having one drink per night when I go out because of that night. I had three drinks. I was totally hungover the next day. I'm officially done with drinking. I will be having one martini per night when I'm out. So,
But did you have
Patrick,
a good time?
okay, we had a lovely time. He drove me home because, as you guys, let me say, Patrik and Pol, they do drive you home. When you take them out to dinner in Beverly Hills, they drive you all the way to your home in Hollywood. Thank you very much. I was like, you can drive me home now because I don't really drive.
Yeah.
We had a lovely time. Like, we'll see each other again, and
Oh, okay.
well, let's not go and
Anything
say,
romantic?
let's not say yes to the
They did
dress.
it.
They
Oh my
already
God.
did
You
it.
had sex. You already fucked him in your
Oh
apartment. Oh
my
my
God, I
God.
love this.
I did not say that. Listen, a lady does not kiss and tell, but you guys are very good wing
Find out
men.
from him.
I'm gonna text him right now.
He's like, what did you think of the food? I gave a review of the food at Novikov. So all right, well, I'm sorry that look, when I am paid for something, I take it very seriously. Like you want to advertise on this podcast, like I take it very seriously. So I like to show up and just be a hired gun. And so if I was offered money to show up somewhere, you always try to negotiate more. And then if someone's like, this is favored nations, everybody is getting this amount, there's no exceptions. I would say, okay. And I would show up and I would take it very seriously. I would say, I'm
Well, you're,
actually being paid per day to
listen,
be here for the
you know,
weekend. This is a
Friends,
job.
Friends were the TV show Friends, they really made it popular in the industry and made it famous about favored nations because if you remember, they all banded together. I think it was like season 2 or 3. I think it was maybe 3 or something. And they said, this is what we are all getting paid, or we're not showing up for work. And they wound up paying all of them the same. And they
Mhm.
always stayed the same. Even when the show ended and they offered them all, they each got $100 million for buyout for the show. Famously, if you remember, they all got paid the same. And I
Mhm.
love that Jeff did that with everybody.
Can I
It
tell
was
you?
fair.
Can I tell you? Even if we didn't get paid,
You would
we
have gone.
we would have gone because he's a great friend.
Yeah.
He's there to support you. And this is something that was so big for him that really made sense for us to be present so that we can enjoy and celebrate him for what he's accomplished. And
Yeah.
I think we would do the same for you. And you know this
Thank
about.
you.
And I think it's just the way we are with our friends because they're meaningful.
This is
It
true, but it
the
was very,
industry may bring you together in some capacity,
yeah.
but if you don't help each other along and lift each other up, then how do you get where you need to go?
This is true, but to hang out with all those people, from all walks of life, the
Yeah.
entire weekend
Yeah.
was awesome. And then to really get to know some of the Chump co-hosts and really spend
Yeah.
time with them. And now everyone's giving me shit because we have a Chump Con group chat that everyone still keeps like posting and talking about. And Jeff hates the group chat, the Chump Con
I'm not even in the
group
chat.
chat. He hates it. Hates it.
Why does he hate it? And then we'll move on. But then I have one more thing to say after that. Why does he hate the group
Because
chat?
everyone is messaging. Like last night, we
It's
had
a
posted
lot.
a group photo in the group chat of the host, and then Jamie Kennedy goes, because he wasn't in that picture, he goes, "Can somebody add me in with tears, crying?" So then I grabbed the photo, I photoshopped him in. Ryan Bailey photoshopped him in with blue tears. I'm like, no, 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 let me do a better job. So we all love each other. We're a family, and we're all talking to each other. It's really nice. It's really
Is
nice.
this why I don't have any friends? I really hate a group chat myself. I'm not a fan of a group chat myself. I'm like, could we say everything we have to say in 4 words or less?
Jeff,
But you
Jeff's
had a
on
good
the
time
radio
at dinner
today.
with me. I'm like a good girl. I'm like a good time girl, but I just don't like a group chat.
That's the
Um,
good
bef-
thing.
Before we move on, look, I TBD on Mercedes. Like Jeff once had a couple of ups and downs with Jenny, then some ups and downs with Megan. I mean, we might as well throw in Heather, whatever the hell her name is. Old McDonald had a farm. So I don't know. This could go either way. He does give a lot of chances, but sometimes when it's over, it's over. So I think TBD on Mercedes, right? I'm not sure this could go
I
either
think
way.
I think I think he has to sit back evaluate it, recognize it, and then identify with, because this is personal. I think the
Well,
hurt.
is he still mad at her now that this is all she came on the air and isn't it all worked out? No.
Well, we don't know. It's to be determined.
Aw.
Because there's a lot of private things that happen, which I don't want to share because it's not my story to tell.
Mhm.
But I think it would just, I mean, you'll see, you'll know, you'll understand.
We're gonna
But
find out.
but Mercedes, I gotta say, I think she was angry at herself for conducting it in that way because you
Publicly.
weren't, well, because you weren't in the Trader House when you were pitting people against each other, or
I don't
actually,
think she was angry at herself. I think she was angry that people threw her. She feels like people threw her under the bus
why?
because they told Jeff that she was complaining without him know behind
But
his back.
she, but
That's
she
how
was.
no, but she was, and that's the whole issue about it. She still has not taken accountability for that and just said, "Hey, I fucked up. I shouldn't have said that." That's fine. End it there, but then don't come back afterwards and go on a podcast and then trash the event.
But see, this is where, Jeff is so much more forgiving than me. This is why I want no friends in the public eye. Now I have some. You guys, Luann, Countess. I mean, I love Jill Zarin. She's my
This is
neighbor
why
in
David is
Sag
not on
Harbor.
a group chat with anyone.
If you do something publicly, like listen, I love Mercedes. Let me be very clear. I had her on this podcast. I fucking love her.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, if you do something publicly to me, it's kind of like and we're gonna get into Beverly Hills. I'm kind of like Garcelle. I'm just like, you can live with whatever view of me you have. It could be totally wrong. Adulthood is I will not correct you. I will not clap back. But you now did this publicly. So you are truly dead to me. You can ask your friend Anakin Koses, as you say. I mean, there's no coming back from it.
But David, do
yes.
you like being lied to?
Huh?
Do you like being lied to?